All right, I'm Joe. This is Shane. Thanks for tuning in to Spirited Garage. So let's talk about the new prototype shots of the Integra Type-S.
I liked it.
I know a lot of people don't like the Integra, but I get what they're trying to do with it as far as the category that it fits in. It's a four-door, it's manual, it's going to be a sporty feel. I'm sure the engine feel is fantastic, just like Honda does. I get it that the exterior isn't what we all expected to know and love of the Integra, and that might be one of the worst parts about it. But I'm curious to see if with this Type S, Honda kind of listening to us and going, okay, cool. Like, yeah, maybe the base Integra didn't work out, but with this Type S, here's the better front bumper. I'm sure the headlights will be the same, but maybe the front bumper will be what us Honda fans are looking for as far as what the Integra should look like.
Well, I liked the S camouflage. I thought it looked pretty good. Also talking about not having a Type R variant, just keeping the Type S very similar to the Civic Type R. Not too sure how I feel about that just yet. I want to see a Type R.
They need to make a Type R. And they need to make a Type R two-door.
Two-door would be better.
Two-door would be way better. You can't say two-doors don't sell, because look at Genesis, look at Porsche, look at who else is making two-door sports cars that are killing it? Supra? Yeah, I mean, you can't say people don't want a two-door. So, opposed to the Type S, also, what about the concept of JDM companies like Spoon Sports, Jay's Racing, coming out with the epitome of what Integra should be? So the idea would be kind of like that old school, you have your USDM Integra DC2, but you want to get the JDM front end. So, okay, cool. I have a 2023 Acura Integra, but you have to get that spoon bumper. You got to get the Jay's Racing. You know, so kind of incorporating that nostalgic feel of needing to get something that's still JDM or overseas to have it look at its best. I'm down for that, and I want to see what these companies come out with, because so far I haven't heard anything at all, and I'd be curious to see what they would do to fix the front end of the Integra.
So you just mentioned something that is epitome of Integras, the JDM front end.
Right.
I never thought about having a different variant of that, even in a sedan. What is a JDM front end going to be? Maybe it's not even going to be offered, but I mean, can you think of anything else within Honda specific to that magnitude of a front end conversion?
Just the DC2, JDM front, FT2.
Maybe FT2, but not to the same caliber as an Integra with a JDM front end.
And not as popular. So think of everyone who doesn't like the Integra. I can think of one person specifically who hates the Integra and he won't buy the Integra. Even if it's electric, he won't buy the Integra. He hates how it looks. But if there's not necessarily the JDM front, but, oh man, the Integra with this bumper is what you're talking about, then now you get people wanting to buy the Integra and then wanting to get that front end conversion completed.
Yeah, it could not be as drastic of a difference, almost like the FT2, where it could just be headlight, fenders, front bumper. But even with all that aside, there's going to be some really cool lips, bumpers, you know, Spoon from Mugen.
Yeah.
I do look forward to that.
I see it more of being the car that you get because it fits that category of what you want. Me coming as a person I don't know how to drive automatic, I only drive manual. I don't have that many options, and as you develop and change, you might want a car that's not just some two-door, two-seater sports car. You know, I have a family, so I want a four-door, I want a hatchback, I want a wagon, but now if I still want to have that spirited drive with a manual transmission, I don't have as many options as others. So even though it might not be the best ideal look, if the feel in the drive, when I sit in it, if I get that proper 90s feel, that Honda vibe, I'm gonna love it no matter how it looks on the outside. But if there's things out there to make it look better, to have me kind of express myself, like most Hondas, I see them as like a blank canvas. You can kind of tune and modify it to your own, you know, customize and get it to how you want it to be. That's what I think, and that's where I'm optimistic with the Integra, more so on how it'll drive and feel as much as the exterior. I don't think it's the worst, but I do feel like they missed the ball on a few things. So I want to see what the Type S looks like and see if that's the game changer. And if it's not the game changer, maybe it's Spoon. Maybe it's some unknown company that will come out and just you made the best with what you had, and that's the front bumper that everybody needs for their Integra.
Well, I would say I am really curious what the Type-S is going to look like, because compared to the Civic Type R, I don't think it's even a comparison.
Yeah, the Civic Type R is gorgeous.
So currently to the Civic Type R,
both generations.
Well, specifically the newest one, it's totally different looking than the Integra, but comparatively, I mean, hands down.
Oh, hands down. I know, it's hands.
So
it's hands down.
I think the Type-S would have to do a lot to kind of change that, because really it's a different car, same platform, not that much better.
Sure. Well, so comparing a Type R to a Type-S, it's tough. It's more of a Type-S to an SI, right? So that's where the Civic Si is still going to be, much as I love the new Civic and I love the new interior and I love the homage to the 90s on these new Civics, and same with the Integra. If you want that luxury sport, you can't fully get it in the Civic because it's going to have cloth seats, even though I think the seats look amazing and I want to see how they feel. Creature comforts that you won't get that the Integra does. So that's where it's that cross hybrid where, yeah, I want a family car, sport car, but I also want a luxury sedan. So that's where like the TSX fits in that category, right? The TL, it's giving you that mixture. Whereas like the Civic Si, I love it so much. Like I have one, but if you want the extra creature comforts, especially if you're talking about 2022, 2023, 24, 25, where we're getting all these adaptive equipment, you want that, and you want to sit in some leather, and you want to be comfortable in your commute, but you still want to have that sporty feel. So the Integra gives you that, but with the Type-S, you're going to get all that extra added power and whatever else comes with it, suspension-wise, look-wise, but you'll get that mixture of luxury and sport, whereas a Civic, it's still a Civic, so it's kind of more on the base area. You're not getting certain creature comforts and you're getting cloth. I don't hate on cloth, but there are certain benefits to leather, especially if you have like kids, clean it up easy, you know, not that big of a deal. So that's where the Integra, no matter how you think how it looks, it fits that category. So I want to see it fit that category, but also have that extra look, that sex appeal. You know what I mean? You still want your car to look good on the outside, not just cool and you like how it feels on the inside. You still want it to look good on the outside. So, and looks are subjective, but I think as a whole, the Integra front end didn't really hit people like they wanted it to. So the Type-S might do it, or an aftermarket company might help, you know, bridge that gap.